Town, also Adcraft, and those guys are just expanding like crazy. We got the Sullivans in, Dan, Colin, and Colin. So I don't forget, you got to get your Super Bowl picks. You're going to have to move your microphone back and forth, but that's okay. I know you project very well.
Yeah, I'll go with Kansas City.
Kansas City, and the reason being?
I don't know. I don't like Philly as much as I do. I don't like Kansas City that much either, but I'll take Kansas City over Philly, I guess. So.
All right, very good. What about you, Colin?
I'm going to go with Cooper DeJean and the Eagles.
There you go. Like watching him play out there, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I didn't even know who else made it, actually, so I'm going Philly for sure. I didn't even know Kansas City was in the Super Bowl.
How could you not know?
Teasing.
Come on. How could you not know that? My goodness. Yeah, and they got Cooper returning punts again now, so he's doing great.
Yeah, he's making big plays
and
stuff, too.
He is doing great. That defense is incredible.
Yeah.
Dan, what about you?
If there's no way that the Bills could finagle their way
Well, there's
in
no
there-
way the Bills
Okay, they're
are-
not going to do it. All right, I'll take Philly.
Okay. Isn't that something? I mean, you got to fill a little bit
Yeah.
for a Josh Allen and a Lamar Jackson, because as long as Patrick Mahomes is around, good luck, fellas, getting out of the AFC.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Mahomes, and it's cool to see that excellence, and I would have rather had the Bills be doing it, or maybe the Ravens or something, but yeah.
We're going to have Sean Connell in a little bit later on Men's Day, and I swear he looks a lot like Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he does,
I was going to say, we don't have our Josh Allen look-alike because they're not in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So let's get started. I mean, you guys, everybody knows you've got something going on out there on the expressway. Who wants to start? How did this all come about, picking the location and deciding this is something we've got to do? How'd that come about?
Yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit about that. We kind of wanted to stay in town for sure, and that was kind of a struggle to figure out. We were looking at already structured, built places to see if we could make our production work in there. Then we tried to look into our place to see if we could, renovate it and figure out ways to do it, but there's just physically what we need for the flow of the office and the flow of production. We needed to build a new space, and we reached out to Andy Sokolovich and Grove Clinton. They kind of mentioned that space in that sort of that Lions business park is available, and we just started thinking about it. And we don't get to meet as often as we'd like to, so it took us a long time to figure out that's the direction we want to go. But I'm glad that part of it's over and it's going now. So
Who wants to talk about that that process? You said it was 3 years in the making.
Yeah. Well, trying to figure out, like Colin said, just trying to figure out if we could use the building we're in. The building we're in, we love. It's really, really neat building. The upper 2 floors are excellent, but logistically, we just couldn't do it. Looked at finished buildings for sale. Really, the commercial, there's not a lot out there in this town. And like he said, we wanted to stay here, obviously. And then just decided that property, was available out there, and just decided to move forward with a build. A little nerve-wracking, but it's up and rolling. It's about to go vertical. So...
What's that going to look like when all of a sudden they start building up?
That'll be pretty cool. It'll be interesting. We just got the timeline, the updated timeline this week. The contractors were in on Tuesday, and the interior design people were in, and so they gave us the updated timeline. And it looks like this week the actual metal is going to start going up. They're done with the groundwork. They're done with the foundation and footings and things like that. So, and we have local. We asked our contractor to have local subcontractors in. So, Voss will be our plumbing company. You mentioned Sean Connell. Those guys will be our HVAC, and so we're kind of pumped about that, being able to use some local family businesses.
That is great, because you are a local family business. And again, the history of Adcraft, just real quick. I mean, 50 years, right?
51 almost
Okay.
here. Yeah, yes. It started, where Sweetheart Bakery is?
Yes, of course.
It was a little, it was a little sign shop there. And when Dad bought it, screen printing on T-shirts was still, I mean, it's 74. You think they've been around forever, but it was kind of a new type of process. So, and then involved from there with several different moves, and we ended up taking this building, just part of the building we're in now. Dave Rose was the owner of the building, and we took a third of it, and then ended up buying the whole building and the outbuildings behind it, and just steadily from there, with the help of great employees, we've been able to keep moving the ball forward.
And
Pretty nice.
we had that Sully Sports for a
Yeah.
while where we transitioned. I don't know if you remember Sully
Yeah, oh,
Sports
yeah.
down on Fifth Avenue. That was part of the transition. And then buying Temples, getting back into that retail, which we will have that sporting goods retail out at our new location as well. So kind of back into that
Yeah,
brick and mortar
that'll be the
retail
new.
there.
Yep, that's the newest part for us, is we haven't had a retail store here for probably 10 years or more. We would do little sales here and there, but we ran out of room to do that. So now we're kind of pumped about, having an actual spot in town where local people can come and buy cleats or whatever they need for their sports.
That was one of the things I wanted to really talk about. Once completed, once the building is up and you are in, what are you all going to offer there outside of your sports retail? Are there some other things?
Yeah, we'll have the retail spot, and it'll be we've always had retail stuff for sale. We just didn't have an appropriate spot to do it. So there'll be a whole separate storefront for that within the building. And then we'll have a Adcraft showroom too, where it'll be on the other side of the building, where customers come in and talk, custom apparel project, branding, team uniforms, things like that. We're gonna have 2 lease spaces, like food service spaces. We're figuring out who's gonna be actually in there, but we thought that'd be nice for the people in that area, our employees, and then employees in that area too, for a nice place to coffee or sandwich or ice cream or whatever. And then inside, our biggest goal of this is to make a cool place for our employees to work. So modern office spaces, huge break room, couple big conference rooms, updated everything basically from what we're used to now. So that's kind of a big part of why we want to do this as well, because we're running out of space in our current spot. So a nice, clean, modern office is what we're going to be able to offer to employees.
So did you guys all get together and say, hey, this is what we want to do, we want this here, we want that there? Talk about putting together the design, and I'm sure you're working with an architect, I would imagine.
So the first part is like just the requirements that we want to have. We didn't even know what the building would look like, and then we're working with Build to Suit as the general, and they kind of helped us map out, well, here's how much space you have to work with, and here's what we can do. Production-wise, I think we started with production-wise and worked backwards, or I don't know, I think we kind of had a list of like, here's some things we want to include, how do we do that? And so we talk about everything from the major walls and all that stuff to like, hey, do you want to have automatic flushes in the bathroom? So it's really interesting to be, in those meetings to figure out, all the decision points you have to have.
Yeah.
And then we like met with an interior designer to make it, modern, cool space. And so it's been quite the ride of getting this place planned. So
I understand you're going to have a media area, is that right?
yes, we're gonna have a little area that you can come and do a guest show if you'd like to, Gary. Just a spot to do we always have need for like photographs or video production or maybe even interviews, things like that too. So it'll be nice to have a dedicated spot to do that.
That is interesting. Visiting with the Sullivans. We're going to take a break for the weather right after this.
Quick's Auto Detailing in Clinton gets your car looking like new inside and out. Inside, they focus on the intricate details that dusting and vacuuming just can't accomplish. Outside, by properly washing and waxing your car to get rid of the salt and road grime that eats away at its finish so it stays cleaner longer. Add a ceramic coat finish to provide a long-lasting shine for extra years. Quick's Auto Detailing, 2118 Harrison Drive, Suite A, next to Legends in Clinton. Phone 563-212-8238 or find them on Facebook.
If you're in the market for a new car, it's time to let First Gateway Credit Union put you behind the wheel of your next vehicle. They offer competitive rates and flexible terms for both new and used vehicles. Call First Gateway Credit Union at 243-4121, or even better, visit firstgateway.org or stop by any of their 7 convenient locations. Some restrictions may apply and subject to credit approval. First Gateway Credit Union, member NCUA.
Time now on KRS for the Storm Track 8 weather forecast. Brought to you by Billion Auto.
A weather impact alert continues for this morning. Dense fog and some heavy downpours will be likely. Then drying out for the afternoon and skies clearing. We'll see highs in the mid-40s today. For tonight, skies go mostly clear again and lows will drop to the chilly mid-20s. With your Storm Track 8 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
Currently we have sunny skies and 70. Currently we have rain and a temperature of 39 degrees. Winds are out of the east at 15 miles per hour. This weather report
So, you
on
need a new
KRS.
vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
Your vehicle is the second biggest purchase you make, so why not give it the protection it deserves? Icon Rock Clear's the most cutting-edge protection on the market and available at Lundine's Auto Spa Express in Clinton. It's 75 times stronger than any other coating and totally fixable. Lundine's is also a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. For more information, stop by Lundine's Auto Spa Express at 1721 13th Avenue South in Clinton. Phone 563-219-8020 or find them on Facebook.
Men's Day, we got the Sullivans in, Colin, Colin, and Dan, and the younger Colin here. You were talking about the media area.
Yeah.
You got something going on actually today.
Yep, today at 1 o'clock, we're going to be on the app called Whatnot. It's a super cool app. You can download it, very easy to set up. But basically, we're going to be doing live auction on really cool stuff that we found in our warehouse. You know, you have excess stuff that you overbuy or just odds and ends sizes that don't end up moving, and then the seasons change and things like that. So the product isn't available anymore, but we have it. So we need a good way to get rid of this stuff, and we thought it'd be fun to do some live auction shows. So we're gonna have like really nice stuff from the warehouse, Adidas items, Majestic items, shoes, starting off at like $1, $5, and so
We'll be doing some giveaways too.
Yep.
So some free items will.
So who's doing that? Are you two guys doing that or what?
Yeah.
it's gonna be the Colin Colin show.
Oh, there you go.
My brother John set this kind of all up, and he's in tune with all that stuff. So he had the idea of doing the live auction, and it's been, we didn't know how many people would be, like download the app and stuff, but we've gotten a good response already. And so if it works out good and people enjoy it, we'll probably continue to do it.
So people bid, they get the item.
Yep.
How do you get it to them?
We just ship it to them. Yeah, we just ship it to them, and they have their address already plugged into the app. It's called Whatnot, the app, and it's super, super easy to use, and it's kind of fun. I think people have fun with it. They bid $1, then you can just do it on your computer, and so we'll just hold up an item. It'll be there for 10 seconds or something, and then we'll say, all right, so and so is the winner of that item, and then.
Okay, so you're going to have somewhat of a time frame on how long people can bid for. Do you see some bidding wars going on?
Oh yeah.
I hope so. I think it's 10 seconds, and it might restart when a new bid comes. I'm not sure how the young guys handle all that stuff, but I think it's a 10-second bid, and then possibly resets when somebody places a new bid.
Yep, it resets, and I think, don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun little experiment, and I think people should take a look at it, because some of the stuff we have is like, you look at it and you're like, how is this sitting in our warehouse? This is a nice item, but we really have to move on from it, and so we thought this might be a fun way to do it.
So give me an example of some of we got like bats, footballs, shoes. What do we got?
Yeah, we'll do something different each show, but we have a little collection of items like Majestic items, Adidas Boost shoes. We have some really nice women's Adidas fleece crew neck sweatshirts, like retail stuff. And it's not like old stuff either. Some of it's a little old, but it's like brand new out of the package. At cleats.
Did you say Boost running shoes?
Adidas Boost shoes, yeah. Rawlings bags, Majestic stuff.
So have you done anything like this before?
No.
So this is
we haven't done a live auction.
The initial.
Okay. We used to do a tent or a warehouse sale.
Yes.
And those were always fun because we'd have a bunch of different categories of products and stuff like that. But they take a while to plan, and we just are kind of running out of time to plan something like that. It's a fun thing to do, but we thought, why don't we just do a show every week or every 2 weeks or so on this Whatnot app and see how it goes. Yeah.
Different items every week we'll have if we do it all right.
Yeah.
We'll continue it for sure.
Yeah.
And then also, that's stuff we don't have to move to the new building eventually.
Yeah, we got to get rid of it.
Clear out the
so
warehouse.
Hopefully people are on there bidding.
There you go. Very good. So it's actually started already or no?
Starts at 1 o'clock today.
1 o'clock
Is
today.
our first show. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, you got a song, right?
Yep. This is I Got Mine, but the don't
Okay.
play as much anymore.
Maybe during your auction you can strum a guitar, things get a little slow or
I
something
guess
like
so,
that.
but we don't want to deter people from coming in, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
Okay.
So.
I want to talk a little bit about when you guys actually get going in the location out there. Sales, production, creative, the labor force that you guys have. I mean, it's incredible. So let's begin first of all with the labor force. You guys have got a good group of people out there that work for you, and it's good to have that in town.
Yeah, we do. Actually, that's what keeps us going is the team members we have. They're awesome. I think there's around 35 total we have, but like Colin said, this new facility, a nicer atmosphere to work in, we may be able to recruit some new team members that way. So, and you asked about the timeline. The contractor says the building's going to be fully ready on July 25th.
And you guys are kind of outlining how you're going to eventually make the entire move out there. Talk a little about that, Colin.
Yeah. So our goal would be to get the retail set up and get that operational, as well as a lot of the office staff moving out there. And then we'll kind of go from there. Production would be last, but we are looking at purchasing some new equipment. So the transition would be set up new equipment at the new shop, still operate at the old shop. Once we get operational at the new shop, then start shutting our equipment down and then slowly make that transition. So there's really no stop in production. And like I said, it sounds smooth. Who knows how smoothly that will go, but that's our plan.
Talk about breaking somebody into production. I mean, that learning process. Who does? Are you in charge of that?
Yeah, for the most part, and we've got some help down there too, some other guys. But a lot of people think we just stamp designs on shirts, and it's way different than that. The technology just keeps increasing. So it's a slow process. I always say, for me, I feel like it takes a good 2-3 years before you're actually a really, really good screen printer. Also running embroidery machines. There's just so many tricks to the trade, so many different fabrics, all this and that. So I'd say it takes a few years to really, really get good at it.
We're talking about production and sales, but there's also the creative aspect of what you guys do. Who's pretty much heads that up?
We have Leah. She heads it up. Ethan jumps in there. I do some of it. Little Colin does some of it. Johnny. We all kind of. Leah's our main. Like from the time she gets there to the time she leaves, she's hammering out designs, and then the rest of us join in where needed.
All right.
We've got a pretty good creative group down there.
Yeah,
actually.
you talk about creative. There's the actual creating designs for customers, but there's also the creative aspect that comes into play when you're talking about marketing, and these guys have really kind of stepped that up too. With the team we have, some social media posts.
Yeah, Johnny and Colin are producing little short videos, kind of highlighting what we're doing in production and sales and stuff. And
yeah, like we just filmed him printing an old River King basketball screen that we found at my grandpa's set of screens upstairs, and we were like, let's see if this still prints. So we made a little video of that. It's kind of interesting. So you should follow us on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, all that stuff, because it's kind of fun, like going through some of those old screens or just some of the old processes or the processes that we do down there. We'll kind of show you behind the scenes, look at it. So
if people would like to do more about what you're doing socially, how can they do that best?
They can go to our website or just find us on Facebook, Instagram. I think it's Adcraft Printwear on Instagram, and YouTube, same thing, Adcraft. And you should be able to like us, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff, and then you'll see notifications from us. So, yeah, it's interesting. You should check it out.
All right. Hey, thank you all for coming in.
Yeah,
Really
thanks,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Gary.
We know the last thing anyone has time for is car trouble. For fast and friendly service, trust the experts at Classic Body Works. With our 24-hour